That's all good. So look, y'all. It's some classic things that you watch on TV all the time. You know, you watch TNT, you watch CBS, NBC, ESPN, Fox. There's a lot of places where you can watch sports at. You got FS1 where you can watch sports on there. You got
Well,
ESPN, you got R2L. We up and coming. We a network. We're not just a show. We a network.
mm-hmm.
But there's just something about basketball to where you want to watch it on certain places. ABC finals. It's gonna be lit. You might bring gonna hit you with the bang. So you got stuff like that you're gonna hear. But it's classic when you bring NBC back into basketball. TNT has been ahead of it now, along with ESPN, which is pretty much Disney. But there's a media rights deal that is now expired. TNT's deal ends next season, so they're no longer going to be inside the NBA. TNT is no longer going to be covering basketball for who knows how long. NBC is now back with the $7 billion TV media rights deal, along with Disney. I believe it was ESPN, Disney, and TNT all together had, I think it was a 2.5 or $2.3 billion deal that they had. And NBA was like, well, we kind of want more. So NBC and Disney got together, $7 billion. That's
Amazon, I think, up there too, trying to get it.
And Prime is also a part of that deal. So $7 billion between those three. Now NBC is back covering basketball. So we got to get y'all thoughts on inside the NBA now being done. Joe?
Man, first of all, shout out to the legends. Ernie, Shaq, Charles, a.k.a. Chuck, and Kenny Smith, man. Kenny Smith, Kenny Jeff Smith. Those are legends. I felt like, yeah, I give it to them. I feel like it was right for us to talk about this. Pay homage to the legendary guys. I feel like they got the biggest fan base out of any type of sports NBA show, and that's including the big shows that we used to watch all the time, like Undisputed, First Take. I think this show right here, Inside NBA, got the biggest crowd. You got people watching that show that don't even watch the game for real. They just watch it for that. I know a lot of people who are not even NBA fans, but they watch it. You know why? Because they are entertainment for a reason. They're entertainment, right? So the platform was on TNT. TNT is not really a sports platform. It's an entertainment platform, right? They got actual shows like that just to make it like drama. They got I think the biggest show is Law and Order for real, right? So,
they got movies that play on there too.
So those, in my opinion, those guys make that show because of the entertainment part of it. Now, basketball analysis, I feel like everybody sounds good sometimes, everybody sounds bad sometimes, but at the end of the day, the best part about that show was the entertainment factor. And like some of the highlights that I feel like were great were I remember one time when Shaq, every time Kenny, it's funny because every time Kenny try to run to the screen, they try to beat him, and Kenny put Shaq on the Christmas tree one day. That was funny. I like the games they used to play, like who he played for, and Charles Barkley used to always get it wrong. Like it'd be like, and then what's that one video when they show Aaron Brooks, and then Shaq was like, "Ni hao, the little Chinese words,
ni hao,
ni hao." And I should have had a video. Shout out to y'all because y'all put my tweet on the show. I appreciate that. When y'all first covered the NBA, when y'all first covered the Sacramento Kings for the whole season, we were dogging everybody. We were number one offense. We were not getting no TV time. They finally put us on TNT, and I'm listening to y'all talk. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I was a little disappointed because I could tell y'all ain't watched nothing about the Kings. And then I tweeted something about it, and even Charles Barkley said, "You right, Joe. You right. We don't know nothing." He said it. He actually said Joe Jordan. Shout out to Charles Barkley. So, but it's a legendary show. They are kind of like the standard of entertainment when it comes to it. They have great chemistry, Dave. I feel like we have chemistry, and that's the level of chemistry that we got to get to. How they on air and they don't really care, bro. You know that. Like Charles Barkley don't care what he says, and Shaq just be egging him on to say more. Like Shaq, like remember the part where I say the part at the time when he was like, they can't go to Cancun, they got to go to the Galveston Lake, something like that in
Yeah,
Alabama. And Chuck like, what, Chuck, what? Or he be saying some wild stuff like a pause moment, and Chuck like, huh, Chuck? Man,
uh-huh.
give me any type. I'm like, chill,
Like
chill, Chuck. Talk to you all.
hold Chuck, hold Chuck.
But yeah, man, it's a legendary show. Kudos to them. Great run. It be good to see them stay together. I know it's gonna be tough without Ernie because Ernie already playing his flag with TNT and TBS. So we're gonna see what happens. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think one of the Chuck for sure, Charles Barkley, NBA legend for one. Let's make sure we give him that as well. But Chuck is the one out of the crew that's never been on NBA 2K because he wanted to make sure he got paid the right amount. Um,
Hmm.
and so he's never been on there. If you look at it, it's always Kenny, Shaq, and Ernie, and that's it. He's the only one that doesn't have that. It's kind of similar to Bill Belichick not being on Madden.
Mayweather now fight night.
There you go. There's certain guys in certain sports that just like, nah, you're not about to put me in there because I need more than what you're giving everyone else. Um, and Chuck is a legend, man. He's one of the funniest guys on TV. No matter what show you look at Chuck, you're gonna have a moment. There's gonna be some pause moment or something funny that he says, and you just like, all right, come on, Chuck. He has so many viral moments, it's crazy. Um, but Chuck is the one he pretty much said that he doesn't like the fact that TNT is not doing what they need to do to keep the show there because of the chemistry that they have, and more than likely Chuck is going to get out of that deal so he can still be on TV. So Chuck he pretty much already saying that he's not going to be there. He's not going to stay with TNT. He's going to do whatever he can to earn the money that he feel like he deserves. But the chemistry there is definitely something to look forward to, something that you want to not mirror, but something that you want to have that kind of relationship. And I feel like the three of us do have that relationship
That's
already.
true.
Because I mean, for one, when we first started, the chemistry was pretty much, it seemed like it was instant. Because we knew each other for over
More
what?
than a decade.
Yeah, exactly, over a decade.
Yeah.
You went to school with Tomo, so you knew Tomo already. And I think I was maybe on like 1 or 2 episodes before with Tomo before, and that the chemistry was already pretty much cool, was
And
already
the
there.
cats.
And we all pretty much we're ourselves most of the time. We
All
don't
the
have
time.
to we don't have to we don't have to go out of our way to do a certain any topic. We pretty much just be who we are. And I think that's what's great about our show, because we don't try to be like everyone else for real. We try to just be ourselves, and that's what those guys do. If you look at TNT, all of them they act like themselves. They don't try to act like they're too uppity or anything like that, or act like they have to put on a certain persona because they're on TV. They just act like who they are. Shaq has always been a goofball, even in the NBA. He's always been a goofball. And Chuck, I don't know if Chuck was always one, but you can kind of sort of tell he's kind of had that in him almost all the entire time. And Kenny's just been Kenny. Kenny wasn't really known for a personality in the NBA. He was just a smooth guy, and then Kenny got that weird little walk with his legs. So
It's like this.
it's been a lot of viral moments on TNT, but I think NBC is still going to be classic though, because we know what NBC was before, so we know the coverage is going to be good. For me, I just want to know who's going to be the guys, who's going to be the people that cover the NBA, because I don't think it's just going to be guys. More than likely, I feel like there's going to be some woman that's on there, and I would like for it to not only feature the NBA. I want the WNBA to be featured more as well. So I think that would be great if they do that, because you already got now you got the WNBA introducing 2 new franchises. You got one in Golden State now with the Golden State Valkyries, and then you got one that was announced today that the Toronto now has the first international WNBA team. So
Man. And no shout out to the Knicks for that.
yeah, and the Knicks, that's why you can't win. That's why you can't win. That's why you can't win.
Here's the thing.
It's going to be great. It's going to be sad to see, but I think NBC is going to be fine.
You know what we're missing? We're missing the Ernie.
Yeah, man. That's the
We need
thing.
to
We just
we
need to
need to
earn it.
earn it.
We need to earn it.
All right. So you watching out there, you're earning. Let us know. All right. All right. So let's go to these shows, man. Because Refuse to Lose is not just a show; it's a network. Like you said, ESPN, beginning. You said